Hey everybody, I'm here at South Mountain Preserve. I'm right here in Emmaus, Pennsylvania. We're right by the city, but we're also right by South Mountain Preserve, and we're going to go for a hike. So thanks for joining, and let's get hiking. It does look like it might rain. I didn't bring the umbrella because I'm going to live on the edge. You can see a map right here. We are going to be on the Uplands Trail, which is blue, and a few of the other trails as well. So you can see the trail starting out, and it's pretty wide, not too close to the weeds here. So right now I don't have to worry too much about getting ticks on me. Walking through here so far, it's been pretty flat. Already seen about 5 people walking, and I'll keep you posted if I see more people. Now you can see the steep hillside there with all the rocks, so we might have a big climb ahead of us. Wonder what this is here. Looks like water down there. Now we've climbed about 100 feet, and we're going to continue climbing up this hill here, up this mountain. This sign here says Rodale Run, and I have to get a little bit closer to actually read what it says, but it says Rodale Run, a historic spring-fed stream originating on South Mountain, is named for Robert Rodale by his family. So you can see Rodale Run. And it starts somewhere up there as a spring. And then they just have a sign here, please stay on designated trails. And we're still following this orange blaze here, Alpine Street Trail. So this trail is switchbacking, so it's going up there, and then it's going there. So we can gain the elevation. We've climbed about 200 feet now, and I'll keep you posted as we climb some more. I just turned to the right to the red Trout Run Trail, and we're gonna climb up that way and go all the way around, and then we'll be back to the same trail again that we were on before, but now we're following this red marking right there. A lot of big boulders right here, all the way up that hill. We've climbed about 300 feet in elevation, and we're going to still continue to climb. I think this hike will go up about 600 or 700 feet. So a little extreme, but I've done a lot more elevation here in Pennsylvania. And there are rocks on the path here, but they're not too bad. We've walked out here, and the trail is going underneath the power lines. So we can look back here and see a view down there. That's South Mall on Lehigh Street. You can see that red sign there is Staples, and that blue is going to be the new Giant supermarket. But we're going to continue this way. Right here it's mostly just gravel and pretty clear, and looks like a good spot maybe to spot some deer or some other wildlife. We've reached this spot here and it's all water. You could see a little bit of oil floating there. There were some things swimming around in there, maybe some tadpoles. But we need to get over there, and it's pretty swampy. There's a lot of wild rose bushes here, so maybe we can walk up there and go all the way around. Not really sure. There's some raspberry bushes as well. So I think because there's so much water here, I want to try to get over to that side. Okay, I'm walking through thorns there. Okay, it looks like we're almost in the forest there. We've come up that far so far. Let's see if we can walk through here. Okay, it looks like a stream here. That's probably why that path is so waterlogged. Oh, it's really cool here. So yeah, it's a little stream there, just running down. Okay, I just have to be careful walking across the rocks here. A lot of moss covered rocks. I see someone walking up there, so I think the trail's right up there. I got back to the trail. There's where all the power lines are. So we're going to turn here, and here's the Red Blaze Trail. So we took a little detour so my boots weren't soaked. And now we're back on track. I've climbed about 400 feet now, and we're walking on a lot of rocks and over some streams. We've climbed 500 feet, and now we're walking through this forest with tree cover. And I'll show you the view once we see it, or anything interesting along the way. We've just turned to the left and we're going on the Upland Trail now. So I'm thinking we'll be walking up some more and maybe have a view at the top. And it's marked with this light blue trail marker color. The trail came out again to this opening where the power lines are. But we're actually turning this way back into the woods. Still following the light blue trail marker. We've climbed 600 feet now, and we have a lot of small trees, but we're also walking by a lot of pretty large trees as well. So previously we walked up that way and went all the way up to the power lines and all the way around, but now we're here and we're going to go straight, and you can see this sign says here we're going to go by the boulder outcropping. Okay, on the trail I've seen a few people running, 3 people on bikes. Here's some of the boulders here. Maybe 6 or 7 hikers, so pretty many people. Nice big boulders here. I've been walking for about 2 hours and 10 minutes, and we should be back at the parking lot in a few minutes. I mentioned before I saw 3 people on bikes, so they were going up. I mean, this section of the trail, pretty good for bikes, but then they were starting to go up the mountain, which not that great for biking. So, you know, take some caution. I mean, if you're a strong mountain biker, you'll be fine, but if you're not, this would not be the place I would suggest for biking. So just know your skill level. But yeah, but for hiking, I think for the most part, pretty easy. A few parts were a little bit difficult if you're not in shape and can't handle it, but pretty good. Thank you for joining me today on this hike on the South Mountain Preserve and Wildlands Conservancy. I'm coming up here to the parking lot, and I'm going to get out of my hiking boots and head on home. But make sure you like and subscribe. Let me know where you want to see me hike next. Thank you. Bye.